You're listening to Norwich Today on Future Radio 107.8.
The Orange Grove Clinic, I've said it right that time, in Norwich, is a health clinic that offers all kinds of service to people for help. And I'm joined now in the studio by Kerry Dolan. Good afternoon, Kerry.
Hello.
So first of all, can you tell us what exactly your role is at the clinic? What do you do?
Absolutely. I run classes for hypnobirthing and also just recently for hypnosis for fertility at the clinic.
Okay, so tell us more about, some of us might not be aware of what hypnofertility is. So can you tell us a bit more about that, please?
Okay, it's not quite as woo as it sounds. It's basically using hypnosis to help people to relax and to combat some of the effects, the negative effects of stress. And the effects that specifically that they can have on fertility, but the stress impacts a lot of areas of our life and our health.
Okay, so how does hypnosis, how can that help fertility?
Okay, well, basically, you can use hypnosis for two specific ways, and we would do that in our classes. One is to use self-hypnosis as a means of relaxation, so to help you get away from stress and get yourself into a nice state. But also you can use hypnosis to deal with any underlying issues that might be stressing you or impeding your ability to conceive a baby. To
conceive, oh, okay. So it's kind of a case of often when, it can really be very stressful when you're struggling to conceive. So is that designed to kind of like help relieve that stress and hope that it would make it more conceivable, if you excuse the pun?
Absolutely. We're all quite familiar with the idea that female athletes, for example, who train really, really hard, so the physical strain of being a female athlete can impact a woman's fertility, and some female athletes even their periods stop altogether due to the physical stress. But stress isn't always physical. There's other types of stress, and emotional stress, and stress at work, stress of family, stress of money. All the modern day stresses that we experience can have a similar effect, because our bodies don't tell the difference. They don't know the difference between a stress that is,
and the hypnosis helps to kind of relieve that.
Hypnosis helps to.
Okay, so is it just for the mothers, or is it, is it part of can it be used to help both people involved in the conception?
Ideally, I really love to have the opportunity to work with mums and dads, or potential mums and dads, because obviously they both have a role to play.
It's a team sport.
But I have worked with women alone, and that's fantastic as well. But the same is true. The stress definitely does impact, or the mind-body connection does impact a man's ability to conceive as well. There was a study in Lisbon that was done recently that proved that men who actively want to be fathers automatically adjust their testosterone at the right time, so at the middle of their partner's cycle.
There you go.
The mind-body techniques that we teach can really help men as well to make sure they're maximising.
What kind of techniques do you use then? Because I'm sure it's not, when a lot of people, when you say hypnosis, are even going to think of someone with a shiny coin, or, is it Little Britain, the look in my eyes, not around my eyes business? What kind of techniques do you use?
Yeah, it's a really, really important question, because I think too many of us have the stage hypnosis in mind when we think of hypnosis, and that's one of the first things that I need to do is to sort of let people
dispel
know
that.
Yeah, I mean, hypnosis is just very simply, when you're watching TV or reading a book or even driving a car, you're in a light hypnotic state. So that's all we're talking about. There's no...
so it's kind of like meditation?
Yes, very much. It's a meditation used for a purpose. So we would teach the kind of relaxation. So one of the very simple things is just teaching a breathing technique, which I'm actually using right now to calm my radio nerves. So I use,
are you in a kind of state of hypnosis yourself
I
here?
use these techniques. I use them to calm myself when I'm dealing with my 3 young children.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So we teach a number of relaxation techniques, from just simple breathing to little meditations that people can do. We would also do sessions either with me. Couples can come individually or as part of a group, and I would do hypnosis sessions to sort of release any anxiety or worries. But also there's a lot of just basic life coaching and life skills and evaluating, and I kind of think of it, I'm ashamed to admit this on air, but I'm a keen gardener, and
nothing to be ashamed about there.
But if you think, we're all kind of very much like plants and animals. We're much more complex, obviously, but our basic principles are the same. If you have the right nutrition, the right sort of feed, and you're growing on fertile ground, then you're going to bear fruit. But we're not as simple as plants, so it's not sufficient to dump a bag of manure on us or just give us the right nutrition.
It's still quite intricate, isn't it? I suppose it would be, quite strange if a bee were to come up and try to, pollinate somebody or something. But so, how did you get involved in this then?
Well, I got involved in it initially through the hypnobirthing. I sought out an alternative kind of pain relief when I was pregnant with my first child, and I knew I was going to be a wimp. But I didn't really like the sound of any of the available pain relief. So it was my midwife recommended hypnobirthing, which was just incredible and made all the difference to, well, I've now had 3 children, which says something about how successful it was. Yeah. And then I met Jackie Heffer-Cook, who is the co-owner of the Orange Grove Clinic, who teaches hypnobirthing, and so she welcomed me on board. So I've been teaching hypnobirthing, and then recently I had the opportunity to do the training for Sherry Gilbert, who's the executive director of the Hypnobirthing Institute. She's just recently had the Fertility Hypnosis for Fertility course available, so I trained up in that. It just works on very similar principles as just using the mind-body connection in a really positive way. Okay,
so we're going to have a little bit more music now, but we'll come back and continue speaking to you in a few moments. Okay. We're speaking to Kerry from the Orange Grove Clinic in Norwich. That's the Orange Grove Clinic in Norwich, just making sure I'm saying it right this time. I'm joined in the studio still by Kerry Dolan from the Orange Grove Clinic. And before the music, we were talking about hypno-fertility, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
Okay, so you run classes to do with this, don't you?
Yeah, I either teach couples individually or in a group situation. A lot of people understandably rather have some privacy,
of course,
but it also works very well in a group. But generally speaking, we run 5-week classes to give people chances to, because it's all about them and what they can do, and putting the power back with them. So it's important to give them the time to get used to the new skills.
Of course. And we were just talking in the break about the ways that the classes work, the way that they're set up, weren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It would tend to be, there's a lot of techniques that you can learn. We also do a couple of guided meditations and hypnosis sessions each time. But there's a lot of practical skills as well, life coaching skills, and ways in which to, essentially, we were talking about fertile ground, but fertile ground when we're talking about human beings means not just nutrition, but
of course your circumstances
and your circumstances, and making sure you're in a good place in your life. And there's lots of really little changes that you can make to ensure that you have that. So
why did you choose to hypnotherapy? You said that you recommended it. How did you find the process?
How did I find it? I found it really powerful. I had I attended hypnobirthing classes for the birth of my first child and practiced everything, and I am all the people that know me will assure you that I'm a big wimp, and yet I had 3 fantastic births. I didn't need any pain relief. Really, really positive experiences.
So how can people get involved with this then? How can people attend these classes? How can they find out more information about them?
Okay, well, you can find out more information by either calling the Orange Grove Clinic direct, so that would be 01603 631 900, or visiting the website, which is www.theorangegroveclinic.co.uk. And on the website, I've got a number of blogs. There's also a big fertility team I feel obliged to mention at the Orange Grove. So if hypnosis wasn't your thing, there's a lot of things that you can do to help make sure that you're in good
hands,
all-round health, in order to put you in the best possible place to conceive.
Yeah, your Orange Grove the Orange Grove Clinic are also on the Twitter. Can be found at Orange Grove Info. So, you were saying about the other options that people offer, that you're offering to help fertility, if hypnotherapy. What other things are on offer at the Orange Grove Clinic that you could...
We have a professional charter, so somebody who can tell you the most fertile time of your cycle. We have Catherine Jenkins, who is our nutrition expert. Acupuncture and acupressure can be really helpful for the process. Anything that is going to support your all-round health and put you in the best possible healthy place is going to. And things as well, things that will help you to think positively, because our minds and what we're thinking have a massive impact. All our thoughts have a chemical response in our body, so if those thoughts are not good ones, then they're going to have a negative impact. So
it's all about accentuating the positives.
Exactly.
And it's not just birthing, is it, that can be helped at the Orange Grove Clinic as well, is it?
No, not at all. There is a leaning towards birth and babies, but the experts at the Orange Grove treat a wide range of different things, and very, very happy to see anybody. There's some very skilled people, osteopaths and homeopaths and nutritionists.
So
really
it's all
worth
happening.
checking out. It's all happening there. It's all happening. And I think one of their unique traits is that the staff all work together, so that there is a real sense of everybody getting together and working as a team. So there's a lot of packages where you can speak to a lot of different experts and tackle your whatever it is that you want to tackle from different angles. So there's a real sense of teamwork there.
Lovely. Well, thank you very, very much for coming and speaking to us today, Kerry.
Thank you.
I'm glad you've enjoyed it. So you know where to go. We've given you the Twitter handle, which is at Orange Grove Info, and we've given you the website, which is, am I right in thinking, www.theorangegroveclinic.co.uk.
That is it.
So if you feel like you need more information, that's exactly where you need to go. And there was a phone number as well, wasn't there, Kerry?
There was 01603 631 900.
Norwich Today, the regional radio magazine for listeners who lunch. Only on Future Radio.